Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be making very simple and beautiful gown. Same design. I have 4 colors here: green, blue, orange and pink. This is the lining I'm going to use. Lace material. I'm going to start with the front. I fold into 2 and I will remove. I place my tape like this. I remove 5.5 inches from the tape. This is 5.5 inches. Then I measure from here. I have 33 inches. 33 inches. From here to this place, I will measure. I will mark 9.5 inches. Then waist, I will measure 17.5 inches. I place my tape on the waist where I mark. I measure 13 inches, which is hip. Bust is 42 inches. 42 divided by 4 is 10.5. This is 10.5. Then I will add 1 inch to sew. So I have 11.5 inches. Waist is 40 inches. Divided by 4 is 10 inches plus 1 inch to sew. I'm not going to add that. Hip is 52 inches. 52 divided by 4 is 13 inches. I add 1 inch to sew. Upper bust is 44 inches. 44 divided by 4 is 11 inches plus 1 inch. I will cut here. Then after cutting the front, I will fold the back into 2, just like I fold this. Then I will leave 2 inches allowance for zip on the back. I fold into 2, then I will place this on top. Before I do that, I will measure 2 inches for zip. I will place this on top, then cut. I'm going to start to cut the lace, but before I do that, what I will do is to go and join the side, the 2 sides. I will join the 2 sides. I will measure here. I will measure upper bust, waist and hip. I will sew. I will do the same on this side. This is where I will sew zip on. This is where I will sew zip on. I'm done sewing the two sides. I will measure from center upper bust 7.5 inches. From here to here is 7.5 inches. I mark. Then 5.5 inches. I'll mark 9 inches. Like this. This is the armhole, this place. So what I will do is to mark. I'm going to start the lace from top here up to here. Six and a half inches. 6.5 inches. 6.5 inches. 6.5 inches. I'll measure from here 6.5 inches. Also with the back, 6.5 inches, 6.5 inches, and 6.5 inches. Also with the back, 6.5 inches. Six and a half inches. Like this. This place is 21.5 inches, and this place is 22.5 inches. This place is 24.5 inches. This place is 26.5 inches. I'm so sorry guys, I didn't know my camera went off when I cut the first one, the second one. This upper bust I cut according to the measurement I have here, and the second one I cut according to the measurement. The third one the same, I cut according to the measurement. The fourth layers I cut according to the measurement, and the fifth layers I cut according to the measurement. The measurement of this place is 15 inches, which is upper bust. This is the front, and the back, this is the back. I will add zip on the back. So 15 inches. Let me show you how I fold. A very soft lace material, you can see the way it is, and it's by 60. Then I fold into two. I fold again and leave 1 inch allowance for zip. After folding into 4, I leave 1 inch for zip. Then I place my tape here. I measure 4.5 inches. That is for the first one, the green, the one for the upper bust. I measure 4.5 inches. I measure all through 4.5 inches. I measure 4.5 inches. Then I mark. I cut here. Then from where I mark, this place where I mark, I place my tape there. I measure 8.5 inches. 8.5 inches. 8.5 inches and 8.5 inches. Then I mark I cut here and I cut here. After cutting, I place on the lining and I sew. After sewing, I bring to the right side, the back and the front. This is the armhole. This is the armhole. This is where I'm going to sew sleeve on. This place, I'm going to sew sleeve here, and this place is the armhole. I will sew sleeve here. So after cutting the first one, I do the same on the second one, which is the pink. I fold into two. I leave 1 inch allowance. Then I measure according to the size I have here. According to the size, it's just the same. The only difference is the size. The size of the upper bust is not the same as the size of the bust. It's not the size as the waist. It's not the size as the hip. I hope you understand, because I didn't know my camera went off when I was doing the cutting. After folding into 4, I leave 1 inch for zip allowance. Then I measure according to the size I have on the upper bust. That is what I cut here. And the pink, I also cut according to the size I have here, like that, up to the bottom. I'm going to start to sew. This is the back and this is the front. I'm going to start from the bottom. I will start with the pink color on the bottom. The last line here, I will sew on top where I mark. Then the next one is orange color. I'll place on top here. On top where I mark, and I will sew on top. The next one is blue. On top this way. I will sew. The next one is pink. I will continue just like that. Then the first one here is green. I will continue like that. When I'm done sewing, I will show you how it looks like before the sleeve and zip on the back. Let me go and start to sew. use these two colors for the sleeve, this pink and orange color. You can decide to use one color instead of using two different colors. I just don't want this one to waste. That is why I want to do this design like this. This is for the two sleeve. I will measure 5 inches. This is 5 inches. The armhole, this is the armhole. I have 5 inches, so I will measure 5 inches. This is where I will sew on the armhole. I will go and sew this place. I will sew just here. This is the armhole. This is where I will sew on the armhole. I will sew just here in this place. I'm done sewing the sleeve. This is the armhole. I will place on top and join. To come this way. I hope you can see and understand. I will do the same on this side. Like this. I'm done with the sleeve. The back, I will measure from up here. There's the back, 23 inches. I will sew from here down to this pink lace. I will only sew here. I will sew from here, then leave this place open for zip. This way I will sew zip on. I'm going to sew here now. After sewing, I will fix zip on the back, then I will show you the final look. I'm done fixing the zip. This is the final sewing, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new, you are welcome. Please subscribe and remember the notification bell. As always, share this video to everyone. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my very next video.